There's not much Les Bridge hasn't achieved in over half a century at Sir Dapper Lodge at Randwick.
Julie, he won't be happy about this morning because South Sydney lost to Canberra last night and he's a massive Rabbitohs fan. But, as we heard from Carmel, there's plenty to excite him with Classic Legend ahead of the Everest. I caught up with Les in his trademark prescription sunglasses, and what a treat it was.
Classic Legends pushing off the fence, Parada the outside, it's game on now. Parada moves up to Redzel and Classic Legend squeezing through the middle. Parada, Redzel, Classic Legend, Parada with his head in front, and Parada too strong there in the shorts. Great race, Parada beat Classic Legend.
Well, this is a beautiful scene looking back at Randwick, the racecourse. What did you think of Classic Legend? Only 5 of them in it last week, but what did you think of him?
Well, it was a big test for him. You know, you think they're good, and he had a great 3-year-old career, and he had his doubters. To go out and compete against the best sprinters probably in the world, I was proud of him.
He's going to get better too, isn't he, over these next few weeks?
Well, he'll get fitter.
What are you expecting?
I think with the run in the Premier, hopefully he'll top him right up for the big one.
He's a beautiful-looking horse, isn't he? The greys tend to grab people's imagination, but he's got this real unique, deep colour, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's got a tremendous attitude for a good horse. All the good horses I've had have had great dispositions.
What about this place? You've been here over 50 years, and it's changed a lot, but it's looking absolutely magical with the city in the background.
Well, the actual course itself, I've been here a long time, and I don't honestly think I've ever seen the course in better condition than it is now. So we got the rain at the right time, and even if we don't get any more rain now in the next few weeks, that track will be beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, let's wind the clock back a bit. Let's get a little nostalgia, because I want to ask you about Sir Dapper. Extraordinary racehorse, was it 13 from 18 before retiring to stud, and that golden slipper with Ronnie Quinton.
But love a show, and here's Sir Dapper down the outside. Sir Dapper with a big lunging stride had raced up now to been there.
I don't think anyone will ever know how good Sir Dapper was, because from the day he had his first run till he retired, it was 17 months. And gee, he crammed some in, we give him some. And he went right through the series. He won everything, the Spring Champion Stakes, the Triple Crown, and I think he was tired when he went down for the Caulfield Guineas. He got beat that much. So, you know, one of the saddest days of my life was the day that he retired. He retired at 3, and I know at 4 he'd have been almost unbeatable.
Not many trainers can say they've trained a Melbourne Cup. Kenzai, Larry Olsen, 1987. How do you reflect on that? Another amazing, wonderful race for us.
He was in the Metrop, I'll never forget it, and he ran second. He ran into a traffic jam around here, and he ran second to Balciano, and he'd been in work for 12 months just practically. And I went to get the colours off Larry Olsen, and I said, oh, well, let's turn him out now. He said, no, don't turn him out, take him down. It was actually Larry Olsen who talked me into taking him to Melbourne. I said, oh, you just want to ride in the Melbourne Cup. So he didn't have a run for a month, and I ran him in the McKinnon. Larry got suspended, and I put Paddy Highland on, and I'll always forget, I'll never forget Paddy Highland coming. He said, I hope that bloke slips over in the shower and hurts himself. He said, because I'll ride him in the Melbourne Cup for you.
Oh, and Larry was phenomenal that day in the Melbourne Cup. His ride.
One of the great Melbourne Cup rides. Never left the fence. I think it's every trainer's dream to win a Melbourne Cup. The only thing I'm sad about, any young trainer starting off now, I think I come along at the right time. That was when it was an Australian race. These overseas horses, I think their stayers are just too good for us. Another
great mare that I love, Hot Danish.
Yeah, she's my favourite. Yeah, she was terrific.
It's Shell Scrape in front. Here she comes, Hot Danish on the outside with White Friars.
My wife was very sick at the time, and she had cancer. And she come along at a marvellous time. Every time Hot Danish won, it lifted her. And that's why I've always got a soft spot for Hot Danish.
You only lost your wife a few years ago. Yeah. What has life been post that? It's sort of, people like to say you get over these things, but I don't know if you do. You sort of find a different way to live, don't you? Find a different normal.
I got my 3 grandkids and my son and my daughter, and yeah, it's not the same, but you know, you just got to keep going.
Further back then to Classic Legend, wider out with cover.
Will there be a Classic Legend on October 19? Did you get a gut feel, or you don't?
I do, yeah. if he gets beat, it'll be horse. He's maybe one preparation away. To beat these horses, they're beautifully trained, they're tough, seasoned horses, the best sprinters. So it's not going to be easy for him. But I do honestly think he's got a great chance.
A classy act. Classique Legend by 2 in the arrow field.
And it'd be amazing synergy for you who've done such an amazing job over 50 years. Here you are up in the stables. There it is. There it is. Very much the field of dreams for a young horse like Classique Legend to knock him off.
Well, we just have to see how we go, but I'm sure he'll go well.